It's Tuesday, December 15, and you're listening to the Next LVL Podcast, Episode 8. I'm Emin Basavand. No gods, no kings, only John Danholm.
Hola,
Hello.
¿Cómo estás?
And we have a man that needs no fanfare, but we'll give him some anyway. It's Maher Oppo.
Hi, hello, haha.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, man. Really good. It's been a very busy week thus far, even though it's only Tuesday.
Yeah.
I've just been jam-packed. It's just straight jamming.
So what's the best way to deal?
The best way to deal I've found
Uh-huh.
is by having a couple of brewskis.
All right. What do we have here?
Well, I decided to go back to Golden Road. I loved the last time we did. Loved it. I love that Saison Pumpelmoose.
You love that place, huh?
I love Golden Road, dude.
Yeah, man, that
I
place is
absolutely-
okay.
I love it. Yeah, it's a cool environment. I mean, we sold that place. Like, they should sponsor us and pay us money. But yeah, no, it was great. So I wanted to go back to it because I know they have a seasonal beer that I fell in love with last Christmas, and it is called the Gingerbread Stout. So it's basically a stout, so it's a dark beer, and it tastes like gingerbread. Like it just tastes like you're drinking gingerbread. If that
It smells
can even make
incredible.
sense. The smell is great. So I mean, cheers, boys.
Cheers, man.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That does taste like gingerbread.
That's delicious. That's so
You guys
sweet.
like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, right?
It is
Yeah,
very
dude.
sweet.
It's not too strong. It's like what I've appreciated about Golden Road. I was actually speaking about this to my friend Hike yesterday, or our friend Hike. I was telling him what I love most about Golden Road's beer, and this even goes back to the Saison Pumpelmoose that we tried. That's a grapefruit beer.
Yeah.
Always there's some like mildness in their beer, as in like let's say it's a grapefruit beer. I don't like other grapefruit beers, but I like the Saison Pumpelmoose because it was mild. It didn't overstay its welcome.
See, it seems like you're saying there isn't like a bad aftertaste.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly that.
Which is what I agree with that.
Yeah.
I was
That's
about
sort
to
of
say
what
that.
I like about the grapefruit, though. It's like that bitter aftertaste.
I don't see. I'm not a fan. I remember one time I had never tried grapefruit juice or anything until college, and I went and I got it just to try it because grapefruit's like a very compelling color to like have as a juice.
Sure.
And I tried it and I was literally disgusted. I was just disgusted. I was straight disgusted. It's like a pinkish, right? It's like a wasn't it? It's like
Yeah, I mean, I guess it can depends on the type of grapefruit.
Oh, I don't know. Dude.
I don't know.
Anyways, like straight up, just disgusted. I had like
Yeah.
one sip and I was like, "This is absolutely revolting. I never want it near my mouth."
That's a
again.
bummer, man. I like grapefruit.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. But
Well,
dude, this 8.5% alcohol, that's quite a bit,
Yes, and it doesn't
Holy
taste like an
shit, this
8.5%, right?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I'm just drinking a gingerbread like a juice.
Yeah,
like
it's very good, very
like a
delicious.
shake.
I don't know what they do. Like they have a straight up
Oh man.
a magic at Golden Road, man. Even their IPAs, I love their IPAs more than any other IPA that I ever have. They're always way more mild.
Dude,
Like,
this
they're-
doesn't even taste like beer, to be honest
Yeah,
with you. At
no,
this
it doesn't.
point,
Yeah.
it's delicious, but it
Yeah.
straight up doesn't taste like beer.
I had like 2 yesterday, and then I had like even like a slightly lighter beer, and then a lighter beer, and then a lighter beer. I just got straight Shrek'd yesterday. Like, I went to Golden Road Hikes in town and just took them out and enjoyed like
Nice.
a couple drinks. They have a great beer called the Dunkelweizen, which is basically
Dunkelweizen?
Dunkelweizen. Yeah,
Okay.
Dunkelweizen. But it's like a slightly darker version than the Hefeweizen. Tastes fairly similar, and I love Hefeweizens because they're just
Yeah.
always very safe beer
Sure.
to go with. They're just light, enjoyable.
Yes, the hef.
Like yeah,
I think this is a bit darker.
it's
and
a little bit
heavier.
darker, a little bit more quote unquote harsh, even though it's not harsh. It's just a little harsher than the Hefeweizen. 0.5% more like alcohol value that you're getting, but it's just delicious. It was great, and again, dude, like I'm just gonna reiterate it every time I see these cans, these glorious white and gold cans. That I love Golden Road. I love it, and it's a shame that like it might get like it did get bought out, and it's a shame like it might expand and perhaps lose some of that culture.
it'll
that it
be
has.
all
I don't think
I
that's
think
a bad
it'll-
thing. Like we've gone over this so many
Yeah.
times. Like it's just we're spreading the wealth, man.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what we're
no.
doing.
I agree to the extent, but you guys know me, dude. Like I always look. I'm like my natural inclination towards most things is like very pessimistic.
Sure.
So I mean, I have to assume the worst, so that if it's not that, I'll just be pleasantly surprised. I'll just enjoy it anyway.
Fair enough.
Yeah, man.
Fine choice, though, man. Fine choice.
Yeah, man. This
Yeah,
is
dude.
delicious.
I'm glad you guys liked it. Like I said, I fell in love with it last year, and
Yeah.
I was just waiting. I was counting on bated breath.
It's a very cool can too.
Yeah, no, it's a
Looks
great
nice.
can. It's
It has like little candy canes and
it's a Christmas beer.
It's pretty much the only can out of which I have drank beer that just doesn't seem trashy or feel trashy at all.
Yeah.
It's a classy can, man.
I'll even say that for the Saison was like that. It had the pink and the white. And
Dude, with a name like Saison Pumpelmoose.
Saison.
The can
Saison sounds very refined. Pumpelmoose sounds really silly. I don't know. Like, it seems like a weird combination of words to put together.
I expect, for whatever reason, consider this like an odd thought, but I expected, like, you know how there's like, you watch TV and there's like cologne commercials or like perfume commercials, like Dior, J'adore, Dior, like number 5, Saison. Like, I expect that beer to be on that, like with like Brad Pitt or like some like guy like
Saison.
Like Saison, Pumpelmoose. Like
maybe the Saison. I don't know about the Pumpelmoose, dude.
Like maybe he'll say Saison.
Pumpelmoose, like I associate that with like Jonah Hill or something. Like
really?
The fuck?
Like Jonah
like someone like just fat and like I don't know, silly. Not like
he's
Brad
not
Pitt.
that fat. Well, yeah, actually, he's pretty big again. That guy fluctuates his weight like all the time, man, for his roles.
He's a method actor.
I think he's just like...
I sort of like him.
Oh, I love
think
Jonah
he's pretty
Hill,
good.
dude. Yeah, Jonah Hill's great. I think he's a very funny guy. I think he's down to earth generally.
What was that baseball movie he was in? The
Moneyball.
He was incredible in that, man.
I haven't seen that either.
I recommend it.
Have you seen Wolf on Wall Street?
Yeah, he was good in that
I thought he
movie.
was very
Not
good in that.
the biggest fan of that movie, though.
Oh, I love
I mean,
that.
I mean, that was a good... I mean, it wasn't Scorsese's best at all by any means, but...
I don't even think about it like... I don't think, Scorsese made it like it's up to a certain standard. It's straight up just a movie, dude. It's just a romp.
That's the thing
it's
about
an unapologetic movie.
That's the thing about these directors who are like legends and like the movies that people consider bad from them.
Yeah.
Like in the context of like Taxi Driver and all these fucking amazing movies he's made. Yeah, you'll be like, what the fuck, Martin? Like Wolf of Wall Street.
But like just by itself.
But as a standalone movie, you can see how like it's just if no one told you who directed that movie, you'd be like, yeah, man, well done.
Really quick, Mahed. In like 2 sentences or 3 sentences, describe to me the plot of Taxi Driver because I'm trying to remember it, and I'm sure I've seen it, but I just don't remember exactly.
Okay,
who's the main actor? Is
Robert De Niro.
Okay,
a taxi driver in grimy New York slowly loses his mind.
Oh, that's the Netflix. That's the Netflix tag, dude.
Is that it? I
that's
swear to God, I haven't
true.
seen that.
That is the verbatim Netflix tag. That is a taxi driver in New York like loses in something like that, and it says loses his mind. Or
No, they'd say something like descent into madness.
Yeah. Okay, bro. It is like same.
Yeah,
so
right.
I remember that movie.
That's what it is.
And it was so funny because I was watching it in San Diego, and like Hike kept saying, he was like, this puts Scorsese on the map. Like, this is the movie that made him, dude. And now that's like just a straight up like meme in my life. Like, I'll just say it. Like, I'll be like, I put Scorsese on the map. I put Scorsese. Even though, in my opinion, Taxi Driver is like a shit movie. Like,
What the
I did
fuck?
not like it. I thought it was dumb. I thought it was like a waste of like my 2 hours or however long the movie was.
Holy
like,
shit.
I didn't
That's
like it.
harsh, man. Like this is a conversation for a different time. That's too much, man.
No, I didn't like it.
Well,
I've just physically become like disturbed hearing you say
I don't think
that.
I've ever heard that before. I did not like Taxi Driver. Like that's the first time I've heard that.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we could get into it another time, but like, I didn't like it.
Interesting.
Man.
Okay.
I didn't like it, and I would be curious to know why anyone would like
What
it
the-
more.
What
than-
movies of
fuck
his
are
do
you
you like?
talking
Do
about?
you have like any Scorsese movies that you would?
No, I don't care. Like I'm
Man.
not a
Oh, well, there's
Scorsese-
the root of the problem.
I'm not a Scorsese. Like I don't follow him. I don't. He's not like someone I like
Have you
share my
seen
thoughts
Mean
for.
Streets? That's one of his.
No,
older
I haven't.
ones.
I don't watch.
I think
Scorsese
that's my
films.
favorite one from him.
You should watch some Scorsese movies, dude.
I mean, I watched Taxi Driver. I didn't like it. And you guys are putting that out to be one of his best. So, like, what are the chances? I liked Wolf on Wall Street, and
well,
you
you
guys
know what?
think that's one of his worst.
But the thing, you know what the thing about him is though,
right? Am I just a pleb? Do I
I
not
guess,
have the
dude.
right taste in movies? I thought Wolf on Wall Street was just fun, unapologetic, like good, a jaunt through like.
But you see, that's the thing about him.
Miscreantism.
All of his movies are kind of different. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't really stick to one pattern of making movies. Like
He tries
Wes
a lot
Anderson,
of genres.
for
Yeah,
example.
like he goes from like Mean Street stuff like that, and then he does Hugo, which is
I
a
heard
comedy
Hugo
for
was
kids.
very good.
Yeah, man, that movie's excellent.
No, dude, everything he does is pretty much
Yeah,
very
I'm
they're
not saying
very
he's a
different
not-
from each other.
It's
All
just
his movies are
different.
very
Yeah, that's the
different
thing.
from each
So
other.
you can't really judge him by like
All right,
if you don't
fair
like
enough.
Taxi Driver.
Dude, I'll
Yeah.
watch more of his movies. I mean, as I said, like I don't have like
I
a
was about
super
to
strong opinion.
I was
like-
about to suggest Raging Bull, but
Oh man,
if you didn't like Taxi Driver, then you might not
No,
like Raging
dude, they're
Bull.
so different from each other.
I mean, they are, but maybe it's this kind of old timey, slow moving like.
I don't mind
aspect
slow
of it that-
moving stuff. I just thought like I don't know, man. There was just it was just not a compelling movie. I didn't enjoy it. Like I was kind of just like watching it to watch it, and then I went on with my life. Like I'll tell you what it is. It's not that I think it's a shit movie. I'll take that back. It's not a shit movie. It's like good in a lot of objective ways that you can define like that cinematic medium, right? But it was the kind of movie where I watched it and I was super surprised at the end that people thought it was that good. That's the kind of movie to me that it was. I was just surprised that people lauded it as anything more than just a movie.
I can see what you
That's
mean.
simply it, dude. I simply was just like, I was like, I don't see the appeal in it to be like a considered like a classic, like boom. Like,
yeah, you know what? I could get into this for a long time. Let me just say one of the things that I really liked about the movie was the performance from Jodie Foster as like a 14-year-old.
No, absolutely.
Like, Jodie Foster.
I thought she was great.
She was
I thought like
excellent.
that pimp or whatever. Was
Yeah,
cool.
Harvey Keitel, man. Are you kidding me?
Oh man,
total
he's
scumbag.
excellent,
Yeah, no, I thought I didn't think it was badly acted or anything. Just
No, you can. It's all right. You don't have to defend yourself
Yeah,
anymore. You
you
just
know.
don't like it. That's fine.
yeah, just not my cup.
I don't
of
like
tea.
Star Wars, so
Yeah, I don't
How about
either.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not a fan. I don't care.
Yeah.
I didn't see this one. Obviously,
Yeah.
that's coming out on Friday. I
Just
didn't
no
go to
comment.
the world premiere as
I thought
many
it came
might
out
believe.
yesterday.
No,
or
that
like
was
some
the world
pre-screening
premiere
or whatever.
at one place. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
No comment.
I'm working at CBS. I'm working at CBS right now on the Late Late Show. And you guys know Reggie Watts, right? I'm sure you've heard of him.
Yeah,
if not,
of
know
course.
him like just in general media.
Yeah.
He left the show like during the taping of the show. He left, and it was like a bit, like it was a comedic thing. He left because he had tickets to go see Star Wars, like the world premiere. And he was like, and James Corden was like, "You have it, but I don't have like the tickets, even though they invited you because they like the show." And he was like, "Yeah." Just like, yeah, I got 2 tickets. I'm just going. And he straight up left in the middle of the show and just got some random audience member to sit in for him, like in front of the mic. And
That's funny.
it was really funny. Dude.
Cool.
I wish I saw it, dude. I'm very excited for this movie. I don't care
Yeah.
about Star Wars, and I'm just hyped as
Yeah, I'm gonna
fuck.
see it on Monday.
Yeah.
I'm literally not going on any of the normal websites I go on. I don't want to
Yeah,
be
just be
accidentally
careful.
spoiled.
Just be careful. Don't wait too long. Don't wait.
That's
too
the thing.
long.
Like, I'm not too into Star Wars. Like, even if I do get spoiled, like, whatever.
I feel like
I don't know
there's
about
enough
that.
of a legacy of it, even if you don't like it, that I would rather be surprised. That's how I think about it. Yeah,
Okay. No, fair enough.
Well, gentlemen,
a lot of cinema today.
how about this this other medium that we're like talking about sometimes?
What is that in my head? Can you refresh my memory?
Wait, video games?
I think
Video
so, man.
games, video
Heard
juegos?
of those? Heard of those?
So what's the big news? There's been some
Oh.
big news lately.
There's a
lot of
lot
big
of big news,
news.
man. So last week we were talking about Rocket League, and it just got an update. It just got I think a free update or something where I don't know if it's going to be permanent or not, but for like the winter season, they just changed the soccer ball into like a hockey puck. They changed like the fields to ice.
Yeah.
And
That's probably
like,
some seasonal shit though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's like more. I bet it's like one of the mutator stuff because they added
that's
mutators
what
like a
people are
month ago.
saying. Yeah, we were talking about mutators, right? It's
Yep.
like an extra game mode or like an optional.
Yeah, it's like a more casual kind of like side
Yeah.
thing. Like it changes the ball into a cube, like stuff like that. And yeah, it looks like the turning it into a hockey puck. is
I
gonna
think
be one
that's
of them.
cool.
Yeah,
dude.
man.
And again, like I applaud the developers for just being active about their game, man. Like
Yeah.
just active about it for the
Psionics.
enjoy. Yeah, Psionics, man. Good for you guys.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, like they're straight up. I feel like they're just doing it because they love the game and they love the consumers playing the game. Like they love their players.
Yeah, and the consumers do love the game. Like it's
Yeah.
that game is
As
it's
we
fantastic,
said,
yeah.
pure fun.
Yeah.
Pure fun. But yeah, I mean, as far as the news goes, that's probably like the least of it. There's like today.
What's more then, John?
oh boy.
Big news. I'm gonna lead it up. So I'm gonna go from what my opinions on the news, right?
Go for
Based on what I'm interested in. Is so
Please.
the second biggest thing I would say is like they had the last Nintendo Direct, and it's funny because I'm saying that's the second biggest. It's not the biggest for me. They had the last Nintendo Direct that has to do with Super Smash Brothers, and they announced 2 new characters on top of Cloud, and you know them, I mean, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Who are they?
So on top of Cloud, they added Bayonetta and they added Corrin. So you got your gun character, Maher.
So here's the burning question: who the fuck are those people? Those characters?
So yeah, Bayonetta is it's a hack and slash game. I don't know if you guys have played it, but I can't recommend it enough. It's originally
The first one or the second one?
well, both of them.
Have you played the second one as well?
I have not played the second one. I've played the first one.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
I heard the second one is just more of the first one, but better.
yeah.
So that's literally what I hear. Yeah,
It's basically a hack and slash. You play as a scantily clad woman that has guns instead of shoes. and has like knives coming out of like her elbows and shit. Like,
what are they, like stilettos, like high heel stilettos with
Yeah.
like pistols in the heels or something?
Yep,
Some
and
weird
it's
shit.
it's a straight hack and slash. Like you're just like jumping all over, like shooting people and like hacking people. Like, it's
Fun.
very fast paced. Very.
You know what game it's like, or what two games it's like?
Devil May
May
Cry.
Cry and God of War.
Yeah.
It's exactly like those two types of games.
You know, why don't people ever bring up Ninja Gaiden when they bring up hack and slashes?
Because
Wasn't that-
Because Ninja Gaiden is hard as fuck.
It's not a hack and slash.
Yeah,
I don't.
that's like more like Dark Souls.
It's closer to Dark Souls
Yeah.
than it is like a Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
100%.
that wasn't a hack and slash?
I don't. Think
I
so.
remember the
played
first Ninja Gaiden. I couldn't get past the first boss.
I got past him. I was so happy. I got to the blimp
the
level.
guy that was wearing like the white robe.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the,
No, I know. He's so
Fuck
hard.
that guy.
And then if you lose to him, don't you have to get to him every time, or does it like just stop you at the boss? I don't even remember.
No,
these.
dude, it starts you way the fuck back.
Yeah, man. It's just.
Oh, it was one of those unforgiving games.
Yeah, no.
It's more like Dark Souls.
Unforgiving is
Yeah.
like an understatement for that game. Like that was like
I remember
the
it being
predecessor
just-
to all these difficult games. I feel
Yeah,
like.
I would pull my hair out while playing
Yeah.
that game.
Yeah, no, that game is difficult. And
Some
then
fun shit though.
Bayonetta 2 was basically like
They
like
did
the
some-
IP was bought by Nintendo to
Yeah.
develop only for the Wii U, but I think I've heard a rumor that now the contract is done and they want to put it out on different consoles. I don't know if that's very
So
true.
it was successful, is what you guys are telling me.
I think it's just a
it
good
had
IP.
a very big cult following. Bayonetta 1 was not very successful, and that's why the company was having trouble making the second game.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Nintendo was like, "We'll help you out."
Yeah.
And
And it was
Yep.
successful on Nintendo?
I would say like it's like
it's like not one of their flagship games, but it's up there.
like if
it's-
you own a Wii U and you
Yeah.
want something different, like Bayonetta 2 is a very good. Very
Yeah.
good. Like, you know what else that the same developer has made on the Wii U? That was a flagship title for the Wii U.
What?
Wonderful 101. Have you ever heard of that game?
Oh, they
No.
did that.
Yeah, it's Platinum Games.
Oh,
They did
cool.
Wonderful 101, which I've heard is very fun and very hard as well. But like,
Mhm.
it's a very niche kind of game. I hear.
Yeah.
Like you
That's the
go
one that you
around a
control,
city
like,
with,
a whole bunch of
superheroes.
dudes.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
some weird shit, dude. I don't
Hmm.
even know.
Wait, what was it called again?
Wonderful 101.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people were like wanting the protagonist of Wonderful 101 to be in Smash. That
Huh.
would have been cool, I think.
Hold on, dude. Is that the game where you go around? You were saying you go around the city with a bunch of dudes and you're just kind of
Like
beating
you-
people up?
Yeah,
Sort of
something
like
that.
you can tell them to like form a sword for you, and like all the guys like just combine together to a sword, and you like hit people.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
That's
no,
not what I
it's
was
like
thinking.
completely silly and over the top, but it does seem cool.
You know Beautiful Joe?
Yes.
It's like
Yeah,
Beautiful
man.
Joe.
Yeah,
I
the-
know.
I thought it was
aesthetic.
Yeah, I thought it was like related to Beautiful Joe.
I think it's the same developer,
Huh.
but
okay.
but yeah, but I don't think it's like like related.
I think Beautiful Joe would make a very good addition to Super Smash.
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
Too bad. I think
Too bad
this is it.
Capcom is crazy.
No, too bad. I think this is it for content for Super Smash.
You think so?
Character-wise, yeah, I think so. Well,
That's what I was
oh,
gonna ask. They did their last. What was it? You just said
Last Direct.
Nintendo Direct,
Nintendo
yeah.
Direct. So does that mean that they're not gonna make any more
That's
characters?
the assumption.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if
Can't they do it without doing a Nintendo Direct?
I don't think they would want to. Why would you care about adding content to a game if you're not going to announce it in like some like company sanctioned way?
I think they're just getting ready for the NX. I think they're like
Yeah.
diverting all their resources to their new system.
God
And
damn, man.
kind of saying, you know what? Like Super Smash has done good for us. You know, like it's time to put it to
Dude,
rest.
I wish systems lasted longer.
To be fair, man, Wii U has been around for a while. Like, what was the Wii U got released?
Maybe my
2
sense of
years
time is
earlier?
warped.
Yeah,
2 years
yeah,
before
yeah.
the Xbox One and
Dude,
PS4. Like,
and
it's been around for quite a bit.
Has
Never
it been
mind
like
that.
5 years?
The last
Yeah.
generation lasted a long ass time, boys.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, like Xbox 360,
What was
PS3,
it, like 7
Wii,
years?
long ass time.
Yeah.
Very long time that just games were stagnating on those consoles. In
Yeah.
my opinion, just like it was. I like these newer cycles, but I speak as someone who doesn't buy consoles in general. I
Yeah.
don't care for them. So if there's more consoles, that means more like options for me later. Like that's how I. But who is the second character? I mean,
Hopefully, you can tell me who the hell this guy is. Corrin.
Corrin.
Who the hell is Corrin?
So
Corrin.
I don't know anything about this character, except for the fact that he or she, I don't know, is from Fire Emblem.
Again
Okay.
with the Fire Emblem.
Again with Fire Emblem. What is that? Like the 10th character?
6 characters, I believe.
My God.
6 characters from a title that, like,
No one plays.
I swear to God, who fucking, like, I'm not saying it's a bad game.
No,
I'm
it's
sure
a great game actually. It's
just-
actually a great
just
game.
Who like sits there and like thinks, yeah, in like the game that I'm using to basically advertise my Nintendo console, I'm gonna put characters,
Yeah.
6 characters Not even like there's not even that many Pokemon.
Dude,
and Pokemon is like one of their biggest franchises.
Yeah.
And like you have 6 Fire Emblem characters, and it's like a title that like doesn't, or a franchise that doesn't even like, resonate with the Western audience. Like I don't know what's really going on.
Here's my
here.
little theory. All right, here's my little theory.
All right, dude.
So
hit me up.
You just said Pokemon was their most successful.
I said one of their most.
One of their most successful.
Yeah.
Sure. So, like, don't you think it'd be kind of redundant or, like, kind of just weird if they just added a ton of Pokemon to play? Like, maybe they're just doing this to kind of almost, like, keep promoting the games, like, 20 years after it's been built.
Of them, though. Like, we get it, man. Fire Emblem, cool.
Why don't you add someone from Metroid? Why don't you add another person from
but then
Metroid?
you
Or why
see-
don't
you
add
see-
someone from another person from Zelda? Why don't you add another person from Mario? Like,
I mean, I agree with all that, dude, but, like, see, they're inciting us to talk about Fire Emblem, right?
Like I want to play.
They got what they wanted.
I kind of want to play. Yeah, you're right.
They got what they wanted.
Like
now we're like, dude, what? Like these people have a raging hard on for Fire Emblem, and like now we're just curious as to why that is. So like eventually someone's just gonna play it and be like, fuck, man, let's see what this is all about.
What was the last Fire Emblem game to come out?
dude,
I have never heard of like a recent Fire Emblem game. Tell me if I'm wrong.
You're asking me a question that I have no answer to simply because I did not care about that franchise before now. Like, and I guess that's what Nintendo is doing.
All right. So you think adding these Fire Emblem characters,
like straight up doing,
So you think like
viraling.
adding these characters is making you want to check it out?
At least,
Dude, at the very least,
glance or like
at the very
understand-
least, it's like they're just telling people to not forget about it.
Sure.
Almost. You know what I mean? Like, this is their opportunity to put, like, the characters are just a reminder of games, really. You know?
Sure.
Like, there are people who play Smash now who probably don't even, like a casual player wouldn't know where Captain Falcon's from, nor would they care, right? Maybe they wouldn't care. But it brings up the question, where's Captain Falcon from? Oh, he's from F-Zero X. Oh, is it a cool game? Yeah, it was a cool game.
But see, Captain Falcon was there from the beginning, bro. Captain Falcon, like, they made that decision when they were young as like a game. Like, it was young as a game. It was the first game.
My point is, these characters are like ambassadors to the games, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, okay, but then why Bayonetta? Do they just want more Bayonetta?
Well, that's a
sales on
unique
their Wii
game.
U?
Now, see, like, he told me that Bayonetta was added to the game, and I knew absolutely nothing about Bayonetta, and apparently it's like a kind of semi-important game in their history.
Yep.
So now I know about Bayonetta. You see what I mean? Like, they kind of got what they wanted. It makes sense to me. I mean, I'm not saying that's the sole reason.
Nintendo, shake my fist.
I'm not saying it's the sole reason as to why they're doing that, but
Sure.
it does seem like that does factor into it a little bit. You know,
it just sucks because I want to know, was Bayonetta like the winner of that poll that they did? Or is
That's
she
right,
just
they did do that
random?
poll, yeah.
And a lot of people did vote for Bayonetta, actually, as far as I know. Like, that was like an option that people...
Dude, to be fair, it does
mass
seem
did.
like it'd be a cool character.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it seems
Guns
great.
for shoes.
I like the fact that, like, it's kind of an M-rated character for a kids game. I don't know how they're going to incorporate her into the game itself. Totally, but it seems kind of interesting.
Yeah, no, like
they're testing
her-
different waters.
No, yeah, man. Like, is she
Even though they have
sort
a
of
Shulk that's shirtless and in his boxers.
Yeah, but that's shock. That's different. Like
Yeah,
that's a
that's
guy. Like Bayonetta does not look like she fits in the entire Super Smash thing. Like she's like wearing
stands
like
out.
very tight spandex and yeah, it looks a bit odd.
Sounds like it looks like a Tekken character instead.
Yeah,
Isn't she
It's like a
rather
Tekken
tall?
character.
Like boobs jiggling.
yeah, exactly.
Isn't she rather tall?
Yeah, she's pretty tall.
Yeah, compared to like other characters just in
Yeah.
Nintendo games.
Mhm.
I think she's like just a rather tall, and she's way more human-like than other characters.
Yeah.
So hold
Yeah.
on, who's Corrin?
Corrin
back
is
to
just,
that.
Corrin is just another
A
character
Fire Emblem
from Fire
character,
Emblem.
but like what is
He's
he?
a swordsman. Another swordsman.
Yeah.
He has a sword.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kill me, dude.
Yep.
Another.
But I don't think it's not gonna be a clone swordsman. It's gonna be its own thing.
He has to be. Yeah, it has to be his own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They released.
I
the
would hope
trailers.
so, man. I would hope so.
Yeah.
No, I mean like honestly, like I watched the trailer for Corrin. He looks cool.
Yeah, he looks fine.
He looks really cool.
That's actually, I feel like the consensus is that a lot of people were hesitant to accept another Fire Emblem swordsman of
Yeah.
all things. Like, okay, you want to do another Fire Emblem character, do something else.
Yeah.
But another
What is it
swordsman-
now? Ike, Marth, Lucina, Roy.
Robin. Is
Robin.
Robin from there?
No,
Yeah.
I was naming the swordsman. Robin.
Yeah.
Robin's also a swordsman, isn't she?
She has
Or
a
he.
sword.
Oh, yeah,
he
she
has
does.
a sword, but
I forgot.
it's not like it's not the main
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, she's not a swordsman by any degree.
Okay.
I would consider that character more of a
Like
mage.
more of like a mage. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I
By
agree.
the way, Robin is one of my favorite characters.
Really?
She's so fun to play.
She's cool.
In fact, funnily enough, just as like a thought experiment, I don't like the way Ganondorf plays because he's just a clone of Captain Falcon, just a heavier clone, slower clone. I
Same
would have
moves.
liked it more if Ganondorf was a little bit more like Robin, was a little bit more magey, because in the Zelda games,
Oh yeah, I've heard you say that. I agree with you. I agree with you.
He's considered the dark sorcerer, and like he doesn't even in the Super Smash games, he doesn't even use his sword, even though that's like he has it. Like he's a swordsman. He goes toe to toe with Link.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah, man.
It's just
I wouldn't mind him being a swordsman.
I mean, maybe they were
underutilized
afraid
potential.
that's. I mean, I just said kill me when I heard there was going to be another swordsman. What if that was their worry? Like, oh man, they're just adding just yet another swordsman.
Dude, if that's their worry,
I think
then
they're
they
just
have
trying their
misplaced
best.
worries,
I mean,
because they've already gone against it.
Yeah.
I do agree with you though. Ganondorf could have been more than just hit you with my elbow, kick you. You know?
I don't know, man. I like him a lot though.
I like Ganondorf.
Yeah.
I just think he's
I like that.
underutilized as a concept for the game. I
Sure.
think they could have done better. But dude, like honestly, I don't want to stick on this at all.
Yeah.
Because
There's
as I
bigger
said, this
news.
is the second biggest news.
What is the biggest news, John?
Oh boy. Here we
Bro,
go.
I'm gonna like tell you the biggest news, and I'm gonna unleash it, dude. I'm gonna unleash it, and I'm gonna let Emin like just lay it out. Okay.
Let's talk about League of Legends.
No, not League of Legends, dude. Dota 2.
There we go.
Dota 2 is receiving one of the biggest patches that it's ever received at 6.86. That's been people have been waiting for this patch for a while, and now it's there, and like
It's not out yet, though.
bada boom. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's in test client, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bada bing, bada boom. Like it's changed the fucking name of the game. And it goes back to what we were talking about, like remasters, remakes, sequels. Like, how do you really define those words last week? Now, I honestly this is straight up. I don't know. It's an I don't know. Is it a sequel or is it a remake? It's so close to the original, but now it's becoming so vastly different, and yet it's using all the same heroes. Like,
I think it was a remake up to a certain point, but right now it's just becoming its own different thing.
You think
Like,
that
I
this
think
is
it's
the
getting
patch?
into like sequel territory.
You think that this is the patch that takes it into the next level?
No. I think the patch that did it was, I forget which one, but it's the one that they added a new hero that Dota 1 didn't have. I think it was the Wyvern one.
oh, maybe. I don't know if Winter Wyvern was in Dota 1.
Yeah.
So
But like,
No, I take it back. She was. Yeah.
what they added was all those like items and like weird shit
Yeah,
that Dota 1 never even considered, like the Lotus Orb and all this stuff.
and the extra rune, right? Or
the new
There's
rune.
a new rune. There's
there's
another
new rune.
What
An
is it?
arcane rune.
Arcane rune.
Yeah.
What does
It
that
basically boosts your magic damage, I believe.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
And lowers your cooldowns.
Cool.
That's cool.
But, like,
they're
what
just
are-
varying it even more.
Yeah.
But what are some of the other changes? I mean, just like in a broad scope, like what are some of like the
Well, I
things?
mean, there's a new hero.
Yeah, but he's from Dota 1. I mean, like new things.
Hold on,
like,
I
new.
was talking to my brother today who told me about the news, and asked him what changed, and he's like, everything, Mud, everything changed. I'm like, what do you mean?
Everything didn't change.
Just
but-
tell me
but-
one main thing, and he's like, oh, the map is changing for one, and
Yeah,
that struck me as a big thing.
They added a new neutral camp. There's an additional camp.
Hold on, but
for each side. But they've changed the map before.
hold on, no, are they
But
drastically
nothing
changing
this
the
crazy.
map?
Nothing this crazy.
I'll say it was crazy the last time when they changed like
What,
where
Roshan?
Roche was and like the way you get into Roche. And
Yeah,
where
but adding a brand new neutral camp, like a hard camp, that's quite a bit
Fair
of
enough.
extra gold.
Yeah, fair enough. For people who don't know, basically you're playing the game and there are neutrals that you can kill aside from heroes, and those neutrals net you gold and experience. They're like PvE. It's like you versus environment, and you're just farming. And so adding another set of those camps is just
That does
ridiculous.
change
Yeah,
things.
it just ridiculously like changes strategies throughout the game of what you can do, what you can't do. So
Have you seen where the camp is put? Because I just read it in the patch notes. I haven't seen a picture of it.
I haven't seen a picture. I don't think a lot.
It's
of, I
near
don't-
the
yeah.
side shop.
Side or secret.
I believe side. I could be wrong.
It's one of the shops. It's either side or secret shop. But yeah, it did change.
Hold
the
on,
map
hold
a
on.
lot.
Are they like, okay, you're saying they're adding things to the map, but are they changing like the paths? Like,
Secret shop. You're right.
Yeah.
So are
Secret
they
shop.
are they changing the paths like the way I don't know.
Technically, they would have to because it's
What do you mean paths?
like like a path to get to there.
Oh, there has to be.
Okay, no,
yeah,
guys.
there has to be.
Let me refine the question. You know how there's the
Please, dude, forge it into like a broadsword that I can be proud to wield. Dude, that question.
So you know how there's the map, there's top and bottom, and just the way the way their shape is.
No,
is that shape gonna change?
No.
It's always gonna be middle, top, bottom. That's it.
That shape is not changing.
That shape will probably never change.
Okay.
But depending on exactly where they put it, doesn't this give a jungle for the offlane? Like, that's pretty big.
Yeah, I suppose, man. I have to consider it for a second, but you're
like, I need to take a look at the map and see like exactly where they put it.
I need to take a look at the map. I need to see it. But like, if you were to put like, let's say Shadow Fiend offlane, and Shadow Fiend is very good at stacking creeps in the neutral camps. For people who don't know, he's a hero, and he can just kill them very quickly because he has spells that just deal mass damage in a small area. And so, if he was offlane, he's now a viable offlane, perhaps. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
But he might be a viable offlane simply because he has his a new camp to stack and a new camp to kill.
So what you're saying is a simple inclusion of a neutral camp
Changes
is going
a
to
lot.
change the dynamic of so
absolutely.
many characters.
Changes not only the characters, but the game.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah. But like that, they added new items.
Yeah, they added 4 new items.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they added Aghanim Scepter bonuses to a lot of heroes,
yeah.
and if someone doesn't know Aghanim Scepter, it basically upgrades heroes' ultimates, which is kind of like
their best
the
ability.
big skill that they use, like more, you know.
It all around, I'd say I'm pessimistic about this patch. I think it's gonna really fuck up Dota a little, but
it's gonna make it a lot more team fight oriented for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna make it more like a big brawl.
Yeah.
You know what, man? You are pessimistic, but every patch that they've done, hasn't it just been good?
No.
I think you can make an argument for every patch.
No, you cannot make
this last patch was incredible.
Yeah, it was. You cannot make an argument for the patch of ho ho ha ha sniper. You cannot make an argument for that patch, and I don't even want to hear you make it.
What did that
'cause it's
even
dumb.
mean?
It means that there was a patch
Sniper
that existed.
was just stupidly OP.
Where Sniper, the hero Sniper, that's one of the dumbest heroes in my opinion in the game. Like a short little dwarf with a sniper rifle, like a shitty idiot, like you can just kill in 2 seconds. He was just like mean as hell. You couldn't deal with him. At a certain point, like Sniper was just like a king of the game. Whoever picked Sniper, like 70% win rate. Like ridiculous. Yeah. Like I don't know.
Okay, man. Well, dude, you think they're perfect? Like they're gonna make blunders like that.
But
they fixed it, didn't they?
That's the thing, man. Like, I don't think that's a blunder. That's just how the people decided to play the game, you know?
Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know.
What I'm trying to say is it doesn't seem like they royally fuck anything up permanently.
No.
They're very adaptable.
But see, this is the thing, dude. This is like, is it a remaster? Is it a sequel? Is it a remake? Like, now, I believe earnestly that Ice Frog and Valve are changing the very structure of Dota. And by virtue of doing that, they're changing the very structure of MOBA games. Because this is only the first step into making it a wholly different kind of like experience from Dota 1. It's no longer a remake.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even call it a sequel at a certain point. I would simply say they're just going balls to the wall. That is my earnest opinion now. Like if that could be a category of things that it is.
Balls to the wall.
Balls to the wall, Dota 2. Like they're going balls to the wall. Like they hinted at it before with like the updates that added like new items and shit. Now they're just going full force. Like they're just going all the way and everyone's just like
I think this is very, very tame to what's gonna come in a few months when they start adding new heroes that aren't in Dota 1.
I don't know what that's
well,
they still have like Pit Warden.
There's just Pit Lord.
Yeah.
That's it.
Pit Lord, sorry. Yeah.
That's it. And then there's gonna be brand new stuff. So
wow.
I have my fingers crossed, and I'm very excited to see how Dota 2 is going to shape up.
Hope it all turns out for the best.
Yeah. So yeah, dude. There was just a lot of big news today.
Yeah.
But to me, that was the biggest one. Even though to a lot of people it might not be. I mean, I play Dota 2 just so much that, like, that just stole the show.
Yeah.
Like that was just a big thing. It's even on like all. You know, like when you go on Reddit, there's like an all. Yeah. It was one of the top things on all today.
Yeah.
Well, you know, in terms of how many people it affects, maybe Super Smash Brothers is more, just because more people probably play that game. But in terms of actual, like, a significant change in a large game with a loyal and huge user base, then that's definitely the biggest news.
I agree with you. That's why I put it as the final nail of today's news.
No, for sure.
Oh, man.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and take a little break, and
Okay.
we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. So for the second half, we're going to be talking about Mass Effect, which is a pretty big video game.
Pretty big, yes.
Yeah.
Big.
Have you guys heard of it?
Big
you guys
is the
know of
word.
Mass Effect?
I love Mass Effect.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Mass Effect. One of my favorite game series, franchises, whatever you want to call it. Like one of my favorite IPs.
Yeah.
By far. Just
Oh, okay. So just throwing it out
thumbs
there,
up.
throwing it out there for everyone. This is going to be a bit of a spoiler cast. Like we might be talking about endings or
100%.
you know, like story missions and stuff.
You just
So-
you simply can't avoid it while talking
yeah,
about
you
Mass
can't avoid it.
Effect.
Like up to this point, like if you haven't played Mass Effect, then fucking what, dude?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, a lot
Well,
of
to be
people
fair,
haven't
I've only played the
sure.
first game. It should be mentioned before we start getting into this.
Oh, man.
So Matt has only played the first game. I played the whole trilogy.
I don't even
So
know
how
how
I
he
played the
did
whole
that.
trilogy twice over.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I played the whole thing twice over. What about you? I mean,
I've played the whole trilogy. I've played the second one many times.
interesting.
I love the second game. Like for me, the second game is the best.
Okay.
So if I were someone who just wanted to play one of the 3 games, you would suggest the second one?
No, I would
No.
say play all 3. Like,
I
no,
would
you can't
never
do
tell
that.
anyone to play one of them. There's
Yeah.
no point unless you're playing obviously
No,
the
You
first
need
one.
closure. Like you need to see the whole thing
The
together.
story
Like
deserves...
it's as if like which Star Wars movie should I watch if I only watch one?
fair enough.
Like,
yeah, no, it doesn't make
no.
any sense.
I honestly don't even know how I didn't end up playing the second game after the ending of the first one, you know, with like the looming threat of the
Dude, like-
Reapers. I genuinely don't know how that happened in my
Okay,
life.
so wait, hold on. Okay, Maher, you played only the first game.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Emin's game, or Emin's favorite one of all 3 is the second one.
Yes.
And me, I played all 3 numerous times, and my favorite is the third one.
Wow. No shit.
So we have straight up 1, 2, 3.
Very cool.
Mahed, John. Mahed, I want you to start us off, dude. You go. You played the first one. What the hell? Like what's up? Like where's your mind
Yeah,
at?
did you
with
like
this?
it? Did it capture you at
You
all?
like-
All right,
Like-
here are just some first impressions, I guess. Just what stuck with me, let me say.
Okay.
All right. So, first of all, one of the coolest things about Mass Effect, in my opinion, is the whole, like, the philosophy within the game when it comes to explaining how shit works in the game.
Like the mass relays and all that.
Yeah. Not only stuff like that, but you know how in games, like, I don't know, Skyrim or any of these games, there's, like, a magical aspect to it, right?
Yeah.
Like, you could either be kind of... You can only be so creative, you know?
Yeah.
You could be like a soldier type. You could be like a mage type. You could be like a mixture of both. I love how Mass Effect dealt with that option that they were inevitably going to give to the people. I forgot the word for it, but what is
Bionics?
the
Psionics or
psionics or something like that?
Oh no, it was Bionics.
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 But
There's
there was another one too, right? There was like the psychic people, and then there were the technology ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because there
you're
was some
right.
psychic. There were like 3 paths you could go. Like as Meher was saying, like it was the warrior. It
Yeah.
was like psychic and
It was basically like people with like psionic energy,
yeah.
people with like tech, not only their own technology, but like
Omnitool and shit.
dealing with like traps out there, and
Exactly,
shit, like machines
exactly.
and shit.
That's what I'm saying.
And also just guns.
There's really the point I was about to get to was that there's nothing in the game that is left unexplained, really. You know, like they try to show the player how everything can exist,
Dude.
because it's so scientific.
Yeah, you know why? You
it's
know-
based on the idea that everything that happens in the game can be explained with science.
You know why it was like, at least to me when I first played Mass Effect, the first one, why it was so cool is because they had a codex for you. They had a codex that explained every single aspect of the lore, like the races, the different races, the different aspects
Yeah.
of their races, like the psionics,
was gonna
the
bring that up.
bionics, the machine, like the history, everything. And it's all narrated. It's all audio narrated. If you didn't want to read it, you could just listen. Or if you wanted to read it faster than the guy was speaking, you could do that too.
That's just good science fiction for you, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like that they're explaining their fiction through
Bro,
science.
Exactly.
Like, that's
no,
what,
they went, you know,
above and beyond, like
above
what
and
they
beyond-
were asked in a sci-fi game.
they
Yeah.
created their canon perfectly.
Yeah,
you know,
no, it was great.
they set the stage so that, you know, in a short time. How long has it been since Mass Effect came out? Like what, 7 years or something like that?
The first one?
Yeah.
Like
oh, dude, a long time.
No,
man.
no.
I think I was in.
That was almost like a few years after the 360 came out, I think, or like that generation. Of
so
consoles.
7 years.
Yeah.
7 years is a long time.
I could actually
Or
let you
something
know
like
I
that.
agree
now.
with you. Yeah,
so,
no,
so
it's a long time.
what I was saying was, in such a short time,
2007.
2007.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, man. Fuck
Wow,
me.
9 years. Well,
Yeah,
you know
man.
what? In the scheme of things, that is still not very long, because Mass Effect has become more than just the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's the novel. There's a Mass Effect novel.
I think there's a couple, maybe.
Yeah, there's more than that. They're graphic
Comic.
novels. They're comics.
Yeah.
They're making a movie, or I don't know if they made it and it sucked and no one heard about it. But
No, they didn't make a movie, man.
No movie.
Not yet.
There's a new game coming out.
Wasn't the
though.
movie in the works?
I don't think so.
You know what, dude? This is my weird little like tangential conspiracy. Is that whenever there's a really popular game franchise or series or IP or just like a single individual game,
Has to be a
there's-
movie tie-in.
there always is going to be like a deal about the movie made that no one is privy to until the movie is actually in motion, like in pre-production.
But dude, like they made such an expansive universe, and
It's
as you
worth-
said, they
dude.
made the codex, and everything is explained. Everything has a rich backstory.
fun.
So
It
it's
was
like,
so
How can you
wondrous.
how can you resist like trying to make a movie?
Yeah,
You know what
no,
I mean?
like I don't know. I have no clue why they would resist making a movie of it. I'm sure they have their own reasons, but like the game itself being as expansive as it is, holy hell, man! Like it was the first time I played Mass Effect. It was just so wondrous to me to like see all these different races. Like the first time I got to the Citadel, boys.
Yep.
The
Citadel.
Citadel. The Citadel was for me. I'm just gonna lay it out there. For me, in an RPG, any RPG, not only Mass Effect, but any RPG, when I get to the city, to the main hub of the game, that is
That's
always
the true
to
test,
me,
right?
the most important part
Sure.
of the game.
I agree with
Ever. Pillars of Eternity, Mass Effect, Fallout, any game, any fucking game, Morrowind, like any game. The cities are what matter. Like the first place I get to, like, is it a hub? Is
Because
it like, what is it?
It's a display of what their greatest capability within the game is.
Yeah.
Basically.
And
You know?
so the Citadel in Mass Effect, exactly, matter. So the Citadel in Mass Effect is like, you see all these different races, like those short, fat ones that had the masks on they couldn't like get out of.
Yep.
The Elcor that talked in third person. The Hanar that were just like, oh,
Floating
the
jellyfish.
yeah, like, oh, the creator does this. Like, shut the fuck up, dog. Like, you know, like it was just so like, I don't know, man. It was just like, holy
It
shit.
was engrossing. It was
It was
engrossing.
so it pulled me in like nothing else, dude.
Talking about the Citadel. So the Citadel went through. It went through a lot of different iterations throughout the different series.
Yeah, no, it went through like it changed every game.
So what happened in the second one then?
Got much smaller.
Mm-hmm.
It continually got smaller and smaller. Like the whole point, like they made the hub. So if you guys remember Mass Effect 1, that place was huge. The Citadel in Mass Effect, like you needed to use the I
The
forget
fast
what, like
travel
the
or
fast
whatever.
travel terminals
like
or whatever.
I mean, you use like those weird zip cars that were on the like they would like the floating cars,
Yeah.
like the flying cars or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, the
But
flying
like
ships.
later on, they became just much smaller, just so you could get to the mission quicker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mass
I don't know
Effect
if I
2
like
was
that.
But see the thing. Okay, well, Mass Effect 1 had the Citadel as the main hub. Mass Effect 2 switched the strategy and philosophy of the game to be more companion based.
Yeah.
But although they sacrificed the Citadel as a hub, they had the other city. What was it called? Like the city one.
Omega.
Omega was a bit more of a hub, not in the
Yeah.
same way the Citadel was.
Yeah,
But-
you would still get most of your missions at the Citadel. Like that was kind of where everything was kind of revolving around.
In
but
the first game, in the Citadel.
in the second one as well.
No, in the second game, you got most of your things in Omega.
I'm trying to remember. It's been
You did.
quite a bit of
you
time,
did.
but
You did Garrus Valkyrian's thing in Omega.
that's right.
You did Morden's thing in Omega. You did the companion quest for the Asari teammate in Omega.
So
You
what
did
you're
a lot
saying
of
is
shit.
Omega
Totally right.
basically took the place of Citadels as the hub?
Not really. It was just like an additional place that you could go to.
That's the thing. It
An
was the-
additional hub.
Yeah, it was the middle ground between the main hub and an additional hub.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite either of them. That's what I was trying to get at. You know what I mean? That's what I was trying to like. It's basically either the Citadel or either like just like another random hub area, and it was a bit of both.
Talking about Omega, that place is the fucking best, dude.
Yeah, I love Omega. I liked Omega better than the Citadel.
So was it? What did you like about it? Was it the same reasons why I like the Citadel so much?
No.
No. It's Omega's very
It's
Omega
different.
is a very shady fucking place.
Imagine
And
the
that's sort of
Citadel
point
if
of
the
it.
Citadel was in just a big
Like
red lights
run-
district.
Yeah, like run
That's
by
it.
mobs.
Yeah, run by.
Oh,
like,
that's
mafia.
cool, though.
Yeah, it's cool.
My favorite character, I forget her name.
Arya.
Arya, thank you, John.
Yeah, I know already
Yeah.
what you're gonna
Read
say.
your
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, she basically runs Omega. Like she's the, I guess the leader.
She's an
of
Asari
Omega?
like chick who's just like really well connected, very strong too, and like she just like she's a mob boss
Yeah.
basically. Like she united.
But
like,
she's not
different
evil.
gangs.
What?
See, that's
Evil?
great. It's great that you
Yeah.
couldn't answer that.
Yeah,
That means she was a complex character.
exactly.
She was complex, even in the fact that you like only interacted with her briefly throughout some quests. Like it's not like she was like the most fleshed out NPC, but you could still tell that she had some good in
Yeah.
her and some bad.
So hold on. Before
And she was, I'm sorry, but like she was voiced by the girl from Matrix. I forget her name, but
I didn't know
cool.
that. That's
Yeah.
cool, man.
yep,
I'm glad that
Yeah.
that's a fact. that I
Carrie
just
Moss,
learned.
I think.
the girl from Matrix.
The
I don't
girl
know
from
her
it.
name.
All right, fair enough. Trinity.
Matrix.
Trinity. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So hold on, before we go on just praising the game until we lose sight of ourselves.
No, I'm not gonna praise Mass Effect 2.
I mean,
Trust
hold
me.
on. Let's just.
Whoa, hold on. Whoa. You're not gonna praise Mass Effect 2?
Over the other two? No, I wouldn't.
Really?
I personally wouldn't.
I mean, I was talking about the series as a whole.
I'm sorry, man. I know, dude. Like, there's always so many like, fuck. There's so many. That's why I love Mass
Okay.
Effect. There's so many ways to discuss it. Like to me, 2 is the weakest one. That's my opinion.
Wow. Are you kidding?
Yeah, and that's someone who I love 2. I think is still the weakest one
Why?
because it doesn't adhere to the rest of the saga. It's literally like a tangential journey that Shepard goes on. Like
That's what I like about it.
I like it.
That's what I like about it. That the whole point is you're going on your. It's basically. Have you guys seen the Blues Brothers?
No, I haven't.
It's basically the Blues Brothers in space. You're putting a band together. You're putting people together, and like everyone knows what the hell they're getting into. They're getting into like a suicide mission. You might not come back from it. That's the whole point of the second one.
I like it. I love that plot. It's cool.
That's what gets
But-
me so interested. That you're finding all these interesting. You meet Morden. You meet. I forget his name. Thane? Was
Thane
that
is
his name?
the bomb,
Yeah.
dude. Thane is great.
You meet some very interesting people,
Yeah.
and you bring them all together,
I
and the
agree.
way they interact with each other.
So you
the
know
way
what?
interact
Actually,
with them.
you said it's more companion based. That
Way
actually,
more.
to me, and I haven't played the game, but to me, it just seems like that's a way to just enrich the characters a bit more too. Like
Absolutely.
focus on the characters.
because each character has their own loyalty mission. I think that's what they call it.
Yeah, loyalty
you have to-
quest or
Yeah,
mission,
you have to basically to make them like you more. You do something for them.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like their
The reason
loyalty
you want to
mission.
make them like you more is because if they like you to their max amount, which is just dependent on like your dialogue options
It gives
a
you
little
some
bit,
sort of benefit.
and the quest, not benefit, is that they don't die. When they like you
Yeah.
enough, they don't die in the last suicide mission of the game.
Oh, I see.
That's the
Okay.
whole idea behind
Okay, I
it.
see.
Yeah.
But like then again, like there is a chance that people might die.
If you're if you're dumb,
Not necessarily, dude. I had
Like-
Morden die on me so many fucking times, and I had to restart because it's random. He just
No.
falls down that fucking hole.
no, it's not random at all.
Yes, it is.
No. I will literally go to my grave and tell you it's not random. If you choose the right, if you choose the right people for the right roles in the last suicide mission, they can never die if they're full.
Yeah, but that
loyalty
means just
towards
saying
you.
he's falling down a hole.
Yeah, like
no.
what is
he
it like?
will
You're
not die.
supposed to send Morden back with that crew, right? Like the people that you save in that.
I
book or
always,
whatever.
I either send Morden or Jacob back. I think every time.
You're supposed to send Morden, but like Morden has a chance that he might die.
I've never had him die. I played the game twice,
Yes.
and I've never had him die, even though he was full loyalty.
I
to me.
redid that last fucking mission so many times just because he died. And I like
That's
Morden.
weird. I didn't, dude. Are you?
I like
se-
Morden a lot.
Are you like
I
being
fucking
real with
guarantee
me?
it. Absolutely, 100%.
I don't know, man. This is like funny McFucky,
I'm
dude.
telling you, dude.
Like, okay, that aside. Okay, fine. All right, I'll concede it. I'll concede the point.
Okay.
I'll concede it. Even if I was going to go to the grave with it, I'm not at the grave yet. I'll concede the point. Sure, it might be random. However, I feel like if you make the right decisions for your team members, that's like
Yeah.
pretty stationary. Like they will survive, or you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I can even save my peripheral station, like ship members, like the ones who weren't on my team.
Sure.
You know, like Mass Effect 2 was a great game.
Yeah.
I'm not denying that at all. I loved it. I waited. I like skipped school to go buy it. I remember this exact thing. You know, you guys, our mutual friend, Levonshan Tonasyan. Tosonyan. Sorry. Levonshan Tosonyan. I saw him like either skipping school or he was just there at the time in the morning to get the game. While I was skipping
you
school.
ran into him?
Yeah, I just ran into him. And we were just talking about it. Like, I just ran into him by complete chance. Like, it was just a big game for me, like Mass Effect 2. However, I still maintain it's the weakest of the three, of the trilogy.
Hold on. I just want to shit on EA a little bit because any chance I can get to shit on EA, I'd like to.
Okay.
Even though this
By
is
the
a
way,
great game.
full disclaimer, like just because we always shit on this EA in our own ways, just for the sake of like transparency, like games press transparency, games journalism transparency, this that.
Okay.
I own stock in EA, so I make money when they do well, and I lose money when they don't. That said, I still shit on them all the time. Like, I'm just putting that out there.
That's fine. I don't think your stock is at risk.
No, I know. I'm just literally for the sake of its own sake of saying that like I own stock in EA that we're about to shit on, but I shit on it all the time as well.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I just remember the day one DLC, which is what ticked me off about that. That's the main thing that made me just think, holy fuck, what the hell is wrong with you,
Talking
EA?
about Mass Effect 3?
Yeah.
What was it? That character, right?
Yeah.
Javik? Who was that? The
Wait,
human
Mass Effect
mercenary?
3 or 2?
Are
we talking about?
I think he's talking about 3. I think Maher's talking about 3.
I don't quite remember which one it was.
If it was 2, there was like companion DLC. I don't know if there was day 1. I don't remember. I do know that there was, for Mass Effect 3, it was on disc DLC. Which means it's not necessarily day 1 DLC, but it was on the disc and they just unlocked it. Yeah.
Did you have to pay for it?
Yeah. It's Javik.
Who was that? The human mercenary, right?
No,
that guy?
no.
How much did you have to
Who the hell
pay
was
for that?
Javik?
No. Javik is Javik is the Prothean. You have a Prothean on your team
that's
in
right.
Mass Effect
That's
3.
right.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. And he's well done. He's a well done companion, I think. I've seen his like clips. I didn't get him, but I saw.
Yeah, for
his,
Mass Effect 3, I didn't do any of the DLC characters. I know there were a few. There was like Javik. There was the human mercenary, but like he came free.
He was
right?
in 2.
He wasn't 2. If you had him in 2, then he carried over.
Yeah, but he was meaningless, dude. He didn't mean anything.
He was
to either
cool,
game.
dude. His loyalty mission was sick.
Yeah, it was cool, but he didn't have like any integration with the main game other than like on your ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, Maher, you were saying like you didn't like it because of the DLC, right?
I mean, I just think day one DLC in any setting is kind of scummy.
Yeah, it is. I agree.
That's pretty scummy.
And
Yeah.
you know what, dude? I'll say that EA is like it trends and it trended back in the day as like they were like big on not only DLC but just being very scummy about all their microtransactions. And even now they make most of their money from microtransactions. A lot of their money from microtransactions, like just tons. And so I don't know, it's in an RPG to me, like RPGs don't deserve that kind of treatment. Like an RPG should be an RPG on its own. And if I wanted to get Javik or the human mercenary or Kasumi, the human assassin as my companion, it should be either free or part of the main game. Like it should not be
Absolutely.
I don't know. Like I don't know. That's just my opinion. I understand why you want to add more to a game like that, but I
But
don't
like
know.
an RPG,
Tell the
like such
story
a
that you wanna
heavy
tell,
story,
man.
stuff like that, like it should just. I agree with you. Like it should just be included.
Tell what you want to tell.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
So hold on, before we get too deep into this as well, we should probably address probably the most controversial thing about the Mass Effect trilogy,
Oh man.
which is the ending.
We're all over the place, dude. We're like 1, 2, 3. I don't like 1. I
Here
don't
we go.
like
Let's
2.
hop on to another one.
I'm down. I'm down to hop on to anything.
What?
in this life.
I mean, how about you?
Yes.
What is your how do you feel about the ending?
about the ending?
Yeah.
I'll tell you
Okay,
exactly
wait, hold
how
on.
I felt.
There's numerous endings. There's a couple. Like I mean, there's several. There's like a couple endings.
Sure.
to
I
choose
mean, there's
And
sort
they-
of only one. Disappointment.
from. Yeah. Okay, dude. You should win a Pulitzer Prize for your like complete suspense and wit right there. Like, please chill out. So it was color coded, right? So what were the colors? I forgot.
Yeah, 3 colors: red, blue, green.
Great.
Red stands for destruction. You basically kill yourself. You destroy all the Reapers. You destroy all the Geth, which were like other robotic
All synthetics,
dudes.
right?
All synthetics. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. And all organics live?
All
or?
organics live. Everyone is saved. There was blue, which is control, in which you kill yourself and you control all the synthetics.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And then the last one was green, which is synthesis, which you and all of the biological people in the world combine with synthetics, and you become like this weird mesh of
bionic and synthetic
beings.
So
organic.
Yeah. You become like you become like the middle ground.
So hold on. The criticism of these endings were, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the main criticism was that since the beginning they had promised, basically it was based on the promise that your choices are going to be reflected in the ending.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? And the gripe was that your choices were not reflected.
It basically all funnels into one point.
Yes.
Like that's the whole thing. Like depending on what you did, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Like it's...
So you haven't played Mass Effect 3 ahead. So basically what it does is like, let's say in Mass Effect 1, you save the Arachnite Queen. Okay. You save that queen of that like almost extinct species that like breeds and like wants to conquer the universe and stuff. You save that species, like the queen of that.
Okay.
In the third one, the fact that you saved it or didn't save it contributes to a score, which is like a universal awareness score or some like they had some weird dumb name for it. Basically, the entire game is a numbers game of Mass Effect 3. Is that like it's like you did these decisions and all these cool shit and everything, but it only attributes itself to a number towards like in a bar that you have to fill up.
Okay.
Right? And in some senses, I suppose I could think like, how else could a BioWare done it? Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah,
like I agree, and this is only through what I've read and what I've watched, that the ending could have been different. They could have worked on it a little more. It could have been a bit more satisfying.
The thing is that before the game had been released, one of the lead project designers for that game, Casey Hudson, I think is his name, he had gone on record saying that like the ending for this game is multifaceted and we don't want it to be just a simple choice between a few different options. And yet, when we were presented with the game, the end of the trilogy, that is exactly what he didn't want was what we got.
But as you said, really, other than attributing it to a numbers game, a huge decision like that,
what could they have done?
Big picture decisions, what could they have done?
I don't know.
My point is this. Throughout the games, within the game, while you're in your journey, right? While you're doing the quests, the little decisions that you constantly make, the decisions that you're constantly making, those have repercussions. Those have very real repercussions.
For the games themselves. Like
yes.
In the
games, yes.
No. I don't mean like that. I mean, when you make a decision in Mass Effect 1.
Yeah, and I understand what you mean. You're
like
basically talking big picture, and I'm talking within the game themselves.
Okay, good. Okay, yeah.
We're clear on that.
Yeah.
I'm saying that within the games themselves, each one, the decisions you made actually had repercussions, satisfying and tangible repercussions.
Yeah. Sure. Or unsatisfying, depending.
Whatever. Yeah, exactly. But big picture wise, they kind of shat the bed. But isn't it more? I mean, this is cliche, but isn't it more kind of about the journey than the destination in that sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's why Mass Effect 3 is my favorite one.
Okay.
Because I had led a journey all throughout the trilogy, right? Through the first game, through the second game, I made all these small decisions that made my Shepard, right? My Commander Shepard was I modeled him after myself. Like I played him like in a, like he was me in that universe that I would like to think, right? And so when I got to the third game, and they reduced it to a numbers thing, but like they called back on so many old things in the different games. Like even if it was just like through emails that your commander would receive, like they called back on those like little aspects and little specks of things that you did throughout the narrative, even in side narratives. And like the fact that I, let's say, saved Rex in the first game, like I spared him, like I didn't kill him over not killing him. That made me that gave me a richer experience. The main flaw of the third game, in my opinion, is that if you don't play it a certain way throughout the trilogy, the third game will just fall short for you. I think I played it the exact way it was intended. I played full Paragon. And I think...
What does that mean?
Meaning that in the full Paragon, it's basically Paragon or Renegade as your morality, right? Yeah. In the first game, I played full Paragon. In the second game, I played mostly full Paragon with some Renegade. And in the third game, I did full Paragon again. And I think that is the optimal way to play the game to be satisfied with it. But that betrays the core concept of Mass Effect being a choice-driven trilogy. And I understand why people are upset. I, John Danho, simply happened to play the game the way that I think it had been meant to be played.
So do you think there's anything wrong with the fact that there is even a way that it is like quote unquote meant to be played, like you're saying?
I don't know if it's wrong or right. I just enjoyed my experience more, and I do know why people didn't enjoy their experiences. But I don't I'm me. I can't attest to other people.
I wouldn't say that's necessarily how it's meant to be played, the way the developer intended it.
No, I don't mean like that. Yeah, I meant I got the most out of the content.
Yeah,
the narrative.
Don't get me wrong. I love Mass Effect. It's a great series. I enjoy my time with it. Also, it's just the ending was a bit.
Oh, it was shit.
Bad taste. Yeah,
the DLC added a fourth ending, which to me is the best ending.
I actually never played the DLC, the new ending. Do you know anything about it?
So this is funny, dude. When I got to the ending of the game of Mass Effect 3, I just quit the game before I chose anything.
Okay.
I quit the game and I went on YouTube and I just looked at all the endings. And they were all shit. All of them. They were all the red, the green, the blue. All of them were awful. Beyond they were just I don't know what BioWare was thinking. I didn't like any of them.
You see? So I'm sorry to cut you off, but this brings up the question. Do you think it was unsatisfying? I see it going one of two ways. It was unsatisfying because your choices weren't reflected in the ending, or it was unsatisfying because the ending itself was just shit. It was just a bad ending.
There were just all the choices for the ending were awful.
Do you think they could have just kind of refined it, just better writing, better core concepts, better everything, and it just would have been okay? Yeah. People would have been cool with it?
It just seemed like it was rushed, man.
Yeah, no, it seemed like it was rushed. It seemed... even if it wasn't rushed, it just seemed like it was bad writing in general. It just seemed like it didn't really fit the mold of what I wanted from my fucking sci-fi trilogy. My epic sci-fi space drama trilogy just ends in these dumb, idiot ways. I either kill all of them, I just kill myself, I just die. And then either I kill the organics or I kill the synthetics or I kill just shut up, dude. Just let me either save the day or not save the day or give me some in between. The in betweens that they gave me were just awful. And so
DLC, it was lazy.
It felt to me like it was lazy, dude. But I can't speak for EA or BioWare. How can I? But the DLC came around and gave a little bit more context, and it added the ending where basically you could not choose any of the options, and what you do is. You basically, how in the first game, you're gathering clues to what the Reapers are?
Yes.
So what you do in the ending of the DLC for the third one is play that role for the future generations of that universe. So you decide to say, we lose to the Reapers, we lose. But we gave the next generations of this universe, galaxy, the tools to defeat them. The same way that the Protheans gave you tools to try to defeat the Reapers in your generation.
Okay.
And I think that is the best ending. You simply fail no matter what you do, but you have a hope for the far future.
Yeah.
And that's it. You give a recording, you put a recording, you know what I mean? Of all the shit that you learned throughout the trilogy.
So just to cap that off, and not obviously we're wrapping up, don't have too much time to get into it, but they're going to make the new game Andromeda, right?
Yep.
Is it going to be a continuation? Is it a standalone?
So I don't know too much about Andromeda, but the trailer that they put out, I'm sorry?
It's way in the future.
Is it?
Yeah. It's
the trailer
way in the
that
future.
they put out?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it was still Shepard.
No. They finished Shepard's story. He's done.
Cool.
This is completely different.
So it's unrelated.
Yeah, it's
Same universe,
Don't
unrelated.
know any of that, like unrelated, related, whatever. Like it's just way far in the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So obviously they chose an ending that they preferred as a company. Like,
yeah,
you know,
like,
I'd be interested to see what that is. Yeah.
Universe, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cool.
But yeah, like Andromeda seems interesting. The pessimist in me, as we were discussing in the beginning, thinks it's going to be shite. I think it's going to be awful. It's going to be like the trend. I don't know. I'm not too hyped for it, but remains to be seen.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. So I have my fingers crossed, hoping for a good game, but we'll see. Okay, guys. Are you guys ready for a few emails?
Am I ready, dude?
Yes.
Let me stretch.
We have some emails. Yeah. We have 2 emails.
Where are they from?
Our first one is from the biggest daddy of them all.
At Gmail?
It's the biggest daddy of them all.
The biggest daddy of them all.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. A very nice question. If you had to choose one game currently to play for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Whoa, what the fuck?
Dota 2.
Rocket League.
Witcher 3.
For the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Witcher 3?
Yeah.
You'll get bored of it.
For eternity, John. For eternity.
Okay, let me put this in
forever.
Okay, let me put this in terms.
Ever.
I'd never get bored of Rocket League because I could constantly just do crazy shit. Like new shit.
Dota, dude.
Dota? Fuck Dota.
What the fuck, dude?
Okay, hold on. Let's not do that.
Let's
not do that, boys.
I know. I love Dota, but I hate it. And if I was playing it for the rest of my life, I would simply become like a shell of a person. I don't want that at all.
So why The Witcher?
Why The Witcher? Because I love The Witcher. I love just playing it. And if I never had to play another game in my life but The Witcher.
But you know the story. You know what happens.
Yeah, and then I would do it, and I would finish it, and I would never play another game. Like
ever. That's it. No more video games.
Yeah.
Forever.
Either that or Rocket League or Dota.
Yeah.
Get real, dude. Dota's not like a video game, dude. Dota's like just an experience. Rocket League is just fun. Yeah,
Dota
it's
is
cool,
a nightmare,
but like,
man. That's
yeah, you know what? I like Rocket League.
I wouldn't get bored of it.
I would say more Rocket League than Dota, 100%.
I mean, eternity is a
you
long
guys are
time,
nuts, dude.
You know
eternity
what?
is a very long time, and Dota's will always be there. Dude.
Never mind. I changed my answer to Rocket League over Dota.
Wow.
Or over Witcher. Like fuck Dota, dude.
You guys
I
are
wouldn't.
nuts.
I'll play that for a while, but fuck no, dude. Like for the rest of my life, like I'd rather just shoot
Hey
myself.
man, why don't you just play Hearthstone the rest of your life? Then you could just keep getting coins and buying packs, and you wouldn't have to spend the penny.
No, you should spend like $20.
I'm not gonna spend a single
You
penny.
should spend like $20.
Zero, dude. I said I'm not gonna spend any money, dude. I'm not gonna spend a single penny on that dumb game, dude.
But what about all those cards?
No, dude. Zero.
What about all those legendaries?
I got a legendary, my first legendary.
You did.
A Nixia.
Sort of shit.
Yeah, it's awful. It's a piece of shit card. I don't know
Yeah.
why it was my first legendary, but I got it, dude. I was like
Congrats,
happy
man.
to actually.
Yeah, 400 dust. Very good.
Yeah, I could build a brawl on my
Yeah.
on my warrior.
So what's next, Sam?
All right, question 2. We have the glorious return of Video James.
Ooh, he hasn't been active for a while, man. I'm
Yeah.
glad to see him back.
After listening to your podcast, I feel like you guys need some quality questions.
Oh, that's a burn, dude.
Damn, very harsh. All right, so
That's
think Fallout
fucked
4
up.
universe. Think Fallout 4 universe.
Okay.
You're about to go into the vault to escape nuclear destruction, but you're given the choice to take either Japanese or American video games with you. Which would you choose? I'm defining Japanese and American by companies. Your decision will affect the console as well. PCs will be neutral in this scenario. You will magically have internet within the vault. You will be out of the vault in 10 years to enjoy post-apocalyptic Earth. Whichever you choose, all remnants of the other will be wiped out.
Okay, dude. I'm just
Good
gonna
luck, have
say
fun.
I take no video games with me.
But it's the question. You have to.
I have to
American
pick
or Japanese?
American.
Yeah, I agree. So.
American.
But-
games.
First of all, I'd like to
Nintendo,
say,
though.
Video James, you're a loyal email sender, but go fuck yourself with that question there.
That's a hard question.
That's just get real, dude.
Get realistica, dude.
Did you just? How long did it take you to come up with that?
Man. I mean, okay, no, but seriously.
American.
Really?
Yeah.
You would give up all of Nintendo?
Okay. So my first immediate answer was I don't want to take video games, but that's not allowed, right? So I don't care if I have Nintendo or I don't have Nintendo. I'm literally in I'm in a current apocalyptic scenario.
You're in a vault. You're
Yeah.
totally fine.
No, but it doesn't matter.
You're absolutely fine.
Japanese for me.
What Japanese game? What?
I don't know, man. It's like I don't know. It's always something creative and new and just batshit crazy, and I'd never get bored.
Dude, I would take.
You like anime?
Hold on.
I do like anime.
Okay.
Hold on. What about European games?
It
Does
just
that
says
count as
American.
the American?
No one brought up the Europeans, John. This is just American or
It
No,
says
I
American or Japanese.
I know, dude.
Video
Fuck
James
that.
says American or Japanese. All of the video games don't count.
What the fuck, Video James, man?
Yeah,
You're
man.
missing a huge
Busting
chunk
our balls.
of my life, dude. I don't know. Yeah, I would still choose American. American's way superior.
I think I would choose American also, just because of
Yeah.
Dota. But again, man, like,
Are you serious, dude? You'd play Dota in the
I
vault
am
while
going
like
to
literally
play-
the Chinese are
I'm gonna
bombing
play.
us?
I'm gonna play Dota for a very long time.
Yes, I agree. But would you play Dota in a like life or death scenario? Like you don't know whether
It is
tomorrow-
not life or death. We're in a vault.
Yeah.
We're absolutely fine.
No.
We're
hold on.
totally
No,
fine.
no. You know you're fine in a vault
I've
because
passed
you
the
play.
goat. It's good.
No, dude.
I'm gonna play some video games to celebrate.
No, bro. You know you're fine in a vault because you play Fallout. But if we were actually like in a vault, like in real life, we wouldn't know whether the next day we would live or die. Like that's like a
So
real.
what would we do? We would get drunk to forget about the shit that's happening and play video games, dude.
play Dota?
Yeah,
Yeah,
The police get shrizzy, dizzy, niggerizzy, nizzy,
that's
dude.
American. It is, dude.
that's legitimate.
Dota.
American. There's no Japanese, dude. Please get real. The only Japanese game like that I can say I love or the Japanese series like is Dark Souls, Bloodborne, etc. Like, sure, like I'll play those, but I can live without them.
Katamari Damacy.
I like Katamari Damacy.
Dude, that game is great.
Yeah,
That
man.
game is actually
That's
really
the kind
fun.
of game that I'm saying. You know, like it's just
Then again, dude,
that
like
shit crazy
a
creative.
whole vault stay without like Super Smash.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's tough, ski.
Yeah, but you could play Fallout 4, so it's fine.
Bro, Fallout 4, dude.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to get into it, man.
Last time we talked about Fallout 4, it was very, very different tone coming from you, John.
Yeah, I know. I was singing its praises a little bit, but
That's fine.
I've had
Enough
time-
said,
Conversation
John.
for a different
time. Conversation for a different time. Yeah.
Enough
no.
said, John.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna get into it.
All right, guys. Well, I think that does it for us.
Okay.
So if you guys have some more questions for us, send it over to mail@thenextlevel.com, and we'll get to it next week. Cool. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Later. Good night.